Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to walk you through a really interesting n8n automation I built. A workflow that automatically sends a beautiful written motivation article and a big bold inspirational quote directly to my email receiver list twice every day. As you can see, the unseen path to victory, how setbacks build greatness. And the quote in the end, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I have been trusted to take the game winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. And an article that is based on the essence the quote is trying to say. Let's quickly break down how each node works and how everything comes together in this n8n workflow. The very first thing is the schedule trigger, then comes the HTTP request, which goes to basic LLM chain, which has Google Gemini chat model and a structured output parser, followed by a merge node that combines the output of basic LLM chain and HTTP request and sends it to our email node, which generates a mail and sends to your receiver list. Let's go through the schedule trigger. So the workflow starts with the schedule trigger. I've set it to run every 12 hours. So my email receiver list receives 2 motivational emails per day, one in the morning and one in the evening. The trigger simply activates the workflow automatically without me having to do anything. For now, I'll click on execute step and execute it. Then comes the HTTP request, which is used to fetch a random quote. For now, you cannot see any output here. So in the HTTP request node, we call the Quotable API, which is an API that does not require any API key. It fetches a random motivational quote every time the workflow runs. The API returns JSON containing the quote, text, author, and I'll be using it in 2 different ways. One to show the code in the email and the other to generate a motivational article. Believe deep down in your heart that you are destined to do great things. This is the code that has been returned with the ID, content, author, the tags, the author slug and length, date added to it, and date modified. Okay, so then comes the basic LLM chain. Here we have the chat trigger. This chat trigger node from the LangChain extension. This allows me to test the workflow manually using a message instead of waiting for the schedule run. It's optional, but it is super helpful while we are experimenting. For the Google Gemini chat model, the next important piece is this, which acts as the language model powering the AI writing part. Gemini takes the code and generates a full motivation article from it. Coming to the basic LLM chain, we have given it a prompt that you are an expert motivational writer, and below is a quote with the author name. Extract only the quote themes, message, or the life principles from the quote. Do not mention the quote, the author, or the article is based on the quote. Write a motivational article purely from the underlying concept. The critical rules are output must be only valid JSON. Do not wrap output in backtext. Do not include code. Do not include markdown, and return only JSON. And do not include any explanation before or after the JSON. So the JSON structure is the title and the body, where title is a short, catchy motivational headline. Body is a coherent 4 to 6 paragraph motivational article built purely from the core message extracted from the quote. So this is the prompt that we have given, and this is the input, the quote and the author. And we have used json.content and json.author in order to access these both. Here we also have given that it requires a specific output. So this takes the code, extracts the core message or theme, and then writes 4 to 6 paragraph motivational article without copying the code, without mentioning the code, and without mentioning the author. The LLM chain is configured to output pure JSON containing a motivational title and a full article body. This JSON output is also checked and validated in the next node. So I'll execute this step, and meanwhile we'll look at the structured output parser. So to ensure that the AI is always clean and usable, the AI output is always clean and usable, we force the LLM response to strictly follow the JSON format. So this has the format, the title, the body, and here are it has strings. So the output gives the title and the body of the article. Here the basic LLM chain has given the output, and in the output we have the title and the body as per our specified format. Then comes the merge node. In the merge node, since we need the output from both, that is the output from the HTTP request, that is the article, that is the code on which the article is written, and from the basic LLM chain we require the article. So we use a merge node, and on executing it we are doing the combine operation. So we get the ID, the content, the author, and the tags and all from the very first node, that is the HTTP request node, and the output which contains the title and the body. Coming to the message node, that is the email node, here we have this as the input. So the Gmail account that I am linking using auth to n8n is the account that will be the sender's email. Then here I have a list of people whom I will be sending. Then comes the subject and the content of it. So here the article is going to be inserted, and finally the Gmail node sends the formatted email to everyone in my email receiver list. It is a warm greeting, a beautifully centered motivation title, and a full AI generated motivational article, a large bold quote at the end, and the author's name, and a subtle positive footer. The HTML formatting makes the email look clean, structured, and inspirational. So let me execute this. So it sends the email in the inbox. So 3 email I have added in the list, and so I've got 3 emails here. Let me just get out of this, and here is our email. Embrace your inherent greatness. With the quote at the bottom, believe deep down in your heart that you are destined to do great things, and the author's name and a footer. Keep spreading positivity every day. You can read the article. At the very core of your being lies an undeniable truth. You are equipped for extraordinary accomplishments. This isn't an aspiration you need to earn. It's a profound inherent calling woven into the fabric of your existence. Imagine a powerful blueprint unique to you, detailing a future filled with significant impact and remarkable achievements. The blueprint isn't a fantasy, it's a deep seated potential waiting to be acknowledged and activated. And so we have around 4 paragraphs in this, and this is our basically the motivational article that our workflow has generated. So this is the complete automation. Every 12 hours the workflow fetches a code, generates a motivational article from the code theme, merges all the data, and sends a beautifully designed motivational email straight to my entire email receiver list. If you enjoyed the walkthrough, let me know, and show it through likes and comments, and I'll share more n8n AI workflows soon.